This is me, and this is my boyfriend. We don't know how to sail, so we decided to join a boat sailing to Portugal. The boat is a Christian sailing boat called a Leader 5. It arranges confirmation camps and many other activities throughout the year. Being on the Swedish coast summertime and southern Europe wintertime, as the Swedish weather conditions become too harsh. The boat has 5 different sails, is 40 meters long, with the tallest mast being 45 meters. The sailing we took part in was the transportation of the boat from north to south, starting in Gothenburg, Sweden, and finishing in Cascais, Portugal, crossing both the North Sea, the English Channel, and the Bay of Biscay, which is in the northeast Atlantic. En route, we stopped briefly in Brixham, UK, after 5 or 6 days, to switch a few crew members. Just as we left the English Channel, the first few dolphins showed up to play around the boat, and it was one of the most memorable experiences of my life. The trip then continued over the Bay of Biscay, which is infamous for its rough sea. Despite that, the journey over it started out unbelievably calm. And the ocean blessing us with some safari time as we passed by strange jellyfish, a stingray, more dolphins, and even whales. The wind and waves later picked up, and this is where the challenging part began. The waves crashed loudly into the boat. Being below deck, you could feel the boat vibrate from the impact, making me believe the boat was going to break, which it didn't, of course. We did, though, in the midst of this, experience a power outage, including all of the navigation gear going out, which didn't exactly add to the situation. Luckily, it came back on eventually. Through all of this, the crew didn't even flinch, and after nearly 2 days of no sleep and the boat at various steep angles, I think we all heaved a sigh of relief at the sight of land. It would be a lie to say that I wasn't scared while crossing the bay, with big waves and dark nights, which I think is mainly due to my inexperience of sailing, because most people on the boat weren't even nervous. Everyone on the boat worked in shifts, 4 hours during the day and 4 hours during the night. The boat has a set crew who knows how to handle it, so us guests help with what we could, be it cooking, doing dishes, steering or changing sails. As we were nearly 30 people on board, the individual workload wasn't very big, and we had a lot of time to just enjoy the sailing. Seeing nothing but the horizon for days on end really makes you appreciate the company on the boat. As the ages of the participants ranged from 19 to 82, some participated more with muscle power and some with wisdom and a good mood. After 2 weeks on the boat, we had reached Cascais, which was our stop, and it was time to say goodbye. It felt slightly funny to see the boat sail away without us, but it felt good to be back on dry land, being able to walk and run, rather than pace back and forth on the boat. Restlessness wasn't as big of a problem as I thought it would be, but it really started to appear during the final week on the boat. I was never really seasick during the trip, which could be luck or due to the fact that I used a nausea patch the first 3 days. Some people used them for the entire trip, but they could have some unpleasant side effects. There was also a stash of pills for preventing or easing seasickness, which worked for most, but not all. I'm not sure how much I really learned about sailing and how much more I learned about the people on the boat itself, which I guess is kind of the point. I feel very blessed to have been able to go on this trip and meet wonderful people, experience breathtaking sunsets and animal encounters, and also learn more about God, myself, and my abilities. I would definitely do it again. And hey, if you feel like this is something you would like to do, you could. You don't have to be Swedish or Christian to tag along. Thank you for watching, and I hope this can inspire you to an adventure of your own, be it little or big.